Hello everyone. I don't know if you can see me clearly. I'm out in my backyard. I just had to pause to do this video and get back to what I was doing. We're doing some work. Let me show you a little bit of what's going on. You see some of the materials that is there, and we're doing some work, but I just wanted to be able to touch base with you guys, because suddenly what has happened, what is happening with Sowore has kind of made a lot of people who didn't know about African Action Congress, become more interested in the African Action Congress, So for those of you who don't know much about African Action Congress, this is an opportunity for us to kind of let you guys in on what you don't know. So it's been one news after the other going on, but I just had to. What I do is I bring you guys updates, as I get them, as I get a little opportunity to do so. As you guys know, a lot is happening. You have to work because, believe it or not, I still work. You have to work. You have to. Sorry about that. Sometimes when you're talking to people in Nigeria, it's about 2 a.m. here, and you have to finish talking to them about 4 a.m. then sleep and wake up again. But I'm not complaining, that's what we signed up for. You just do whatever you encounter on the path of doing what you believe in. So a lot of you must have seen what, bad news sells more than good news. And so a group of bunch of people, the same people who have been causing problems within the African Action Congress, led by the former Secretary of African Action Congress, Leonard Nzenwa, they met in Sowore and did a kangaroo convention. What they normally do is 3 or 4 or so of them will come together and they go and pay a crowd. We all know that they've been, if you understand the way things work in Nigeria, you know that it's all a money thing. We know that they are being sponsored. We know who is their money bag. Your guess is as good as mine. The same money machines that we are fighting. We don't have as much money as they have, but they keep wondering why we have not backed out. We have not backed down. They have all the money. They have a big war chest of money. They use that during politics. They're still using it after us. They have the judiciary. They have the army. They have everything. You know the people I'm talking about, but we are not backing down. So the same group with their money, they've infiltrated our party, and that's why you keep seeing every time you read something going on with African Action Congress, these are the people who are behind this. And so they organized a convention again today after we had the official convention in our party headquarters in Abuja, because they don't have access to the party headquarters. They don't have access to the party documents. They don't have the registration of the party certificate. They have absolutely nothing. Just a bunch of people who are taking money from the same people that our party is fighting against. They have gone and colluded with them, and they have sided with them against. It's like an insult against the citizens of this country, against those who are fighting for freedom. And so they had a convention today, and they purportedly again removed Sowore as the chairman of the party. Well, we will get to know whether they are right or wrong in a few days, because this has legal implications, and we've been a bit distracted with some of other things, because we are about our revolution and our struggle, our liberation struggle. We are about all that, but these guys, they just sit down and they keep crafting, they keep conniving, they keep planning whatever will bring about the downfall of African Action Congress. Let me just tell you guys something that is very funny. Right? You see, you wish you could wish these things away, but you can't wish it away. You wish you could have a situation where you don't have to deal with bad people in your family. But you know, there's always these bad people in your family. There's always these people who are trying to sell your land. There's always these people who are taking you to court. There's always people who are stealing from you. There's always people who you bring to your house and they steal from you. There's always people within your family that keep doing this thing. There are people from outside your family. So it's there in life, and that is what is happening within the African Action Congress. But let me tell you something to show you how very foolish and how some of you should use your number 6 to know exactly what is going on. Don't just pretend you don't know what's going on. Sowore was in Nigeria after the elections. He stayed in Nigeria. The election happened. He was around. He did some meetings. He did everything, okay? He went back to New York. These guys started doing some things. He came back to Nigeria. They weren't doing anything. They kept quiet. They continued meeting in their mushroom, in their secret hideouts. And then, after some time, Sowore left Nigeria on the 22nd, or 22nd of June. I think April or June. But I just remember the day is 22nd. He left Nigeria on the 22nd of that month and flew to New York. These guys quickly went to court and filed an injunction against him, and then do whatever they did, sacking Sowore as the chairman of African Action Congress. Sowore was landing New York on the 24th. They were in court on the 24th when he wasn't in Nigeria. Who does that but only a coward? This time around, Sowore was there. We did a convention at our party headquarters. They didn't do anything. They couldn't show their face. They went into hiding. They couldn't even come. Since you were members of the party, since you were the recognized interim chairman of the party, you could not even appear. You don't even come close to the party headquarters. You don't have people following you from 26 states. He manages to have people following from Imo State, from Abia State, and then that's Ebonyi State. So the people, the members of the party that he has sympathy from, which he also gives them the money that he got from Governor Wike. It is clear, we're not hiding it. We know that Governor Wike is sponsoring you. But that's a big shame. These are things that will come out down the road. There are records. Okay, these are the people providing you security. These are people using you to fight. I don't even see now the story of Judas Iscariot from the Bible begins to become more relevant to me. That people will take money and stab their friends. It's playing before me because you know I am an insider. I know everything that I'm telling you from within the party. So this time around, when Sowore was here, you couldn't even do nothing. You couldn't exercise your power. You didn't go to court. You didn't go to anything until Sowore was arrested by DSS. Immediately you saw that the DSS arrested him. You started mobilizing people. You started organizing people. The same people that arrested Sowore that do not have any case against him, that need 45 days or 90 days to build up a case and find what they can put on him. The same people are going about digging out things. Loretta Onochie, that works with the presidency, has internet dogs saying things about Sowore that he wants to kill himself. And we see all of you trolls on the internet. We see you. All of them are just, instead of you focusing on just leave us. and turn to the Nigerian public. If you start doing well, we will abandon this struggle, honestly speaking. If you provide security, if we see that the president is doing, if you provide jobs, we will abandon this whole thing. But instead of you turning around to deal with security, you turn all your attack dogs, turn all your finances, turn all your resources towards us that are saying that what you're doing is not good. How do you explain that? And now you're going into our party using the same elements that you know are shameless, that you know I don't even know what name to use for them. You're using them to now go and do a convention when they had arrested Sowore. So when the cat is away, the mice will play. You waited for Sowore to travel to America. You rushed to court to go and get him to go and say he's no longer the chairman. Now, you couldn't do anything when he was he is a lion. He's a tough guy. Because you know you can't stand him. Come to where AAC supporters are doing something now. Come. Why don't you come to any gathering of African Action Congress people? Why don't you come there and talk? Why don't you come there and make your move? Let us see. You go and see every time he's having a meeting. None of these people will be looking at their face. Who are these people? Which we'll be sharing on our group. We'll share the picture and say, please identify some of our members there. Let us know. None of them. Only these people that are talking are party members. The rest of the crowd are rented crowd. Now that Omoyele Sowore, so you needed DSS to capture him for you. Don't you see who are the enemies in bed? DSS, hold Omoyele Sowore. Leonard Nzewa, you rush and go and do convention and say you are now the party chairman. Party chairman. Can you imagine? You're just a stupid coward. See, it's too strange for me. It's not common for me to just pick on an individual and begin to talk like this about them. But honestly, it's just and what is happening is I hope Leonard Nzewa, I'm talking to him now like a brother. I hope he understands what he is doing to himself. In this period in Nigeria when people are very angry, even the people who are angry with Omoyele Sowore, they have not said that he should not do a revolution. What they are saying is that, look, the revolution you're doing, don't do it in a violent manner. But one thing that everybody has a consensus towards, one thing that everybody is agreeable on is the fact that there is need for revolution in Nigeria. Whether you call it education revolution, whether you call it economic revolution, whether you call it a revolution of the mind, whether they all agree that there should be a revolution. Okay, you know what? They say don't use revolution, but there is need for a change. Even people who don't agree with me, even people who we attack even people who are political enemies with me, they agree that things are not right in Nigeria. There are even people who are in APC. The members of APC that I know, the good ones in APC, because there are good people everywhere. They know that there is trouble. If you go behind, you see them discussing, just like they have internal politics also. They don't agree with themselves. But you, Leonard Nzewa, you choose this time when Omoyele Sowore is in the minds of people, when he is fighting for the poor masses. That's when you choose to collect money and go and organize a convention and say that Omoyele Sowore. So you want to be an agent now. Like they are twisting his arm behind and they are coming to use you and you offer to be used. Go and read what happened to Judas Iscariot. Nobody did anything to him by himself. By himself, he went and bought a land and hung himself, and the money that he was given he just scattered. Nothing. Be careful when you think that a man is down. Be careful how you treat. When you saw that he traveled to New York to go and see his family, and then you went to court to get an injunction that you are now the deputy chairman. When he came back, you ran into hiding. Now, DSS has captured him for you. You run again to go and do another convention and say, why is it that you're always doing the convention when it's out of the scene? And the thing that is vexing me is that you are an Igbo man like me. And we are the southeastern component of our great party. And people like you are what brings about bad name to those of us in that party. What you do, that's why it's annoying to me. Because they will say, see them now, see Igbo people. Shebu, we told you you can't trust Igbo people. But you see, what you're doing, people already know you. And I want you to know that you are on your own. You are on your own. You don't represent the Easterners in AAC. You do not represent that constituency at all. Now, the way where you bath, where you keep your clothes, where you dey bath, you go just go there, go collect them. You go collect your own cloth, they write your name on it. What you're doing has nothing to do with other members of the African Action Congress. Do you even, why do you think that when we started revolution now, that we did not put African, it wasn't about African Action Congress. It was more than African Action Congress. Do you understand that? That's why it was done with CORE, that core movement. It's a new movement. We can do whatever we want to do without the party nomenclature. You see, people like you, Leonard Nzewa, you are you are an epitome. You represent the old politicians that we are fighting against. For you, it's all about money. It is all about money. When they interviewed, I'm going to take that tape. You know that tape that is going around now where they interviewed you and you say somebody paid money into the party account and the more election already took which money? 200,000. Do you know what 200,000 naira means to somebody who earns money in dollars? That's the problem. You know, I know you very well. You know, I know all the discussions that we've had. It was all about money. When I came into the party, you were always complaining about money, about money. These guys don't know how to play politics. You see what I realize now is that, well done. You are actually an expert in Nigeria politics. You know how to play the politics. And the politics, that's why they were telling Sowore, go and get experience, go and get experience. But Sowore says, I don't need that kind of experience. You should go and get experience on how to cheat. You should go and get experience on how to rig election. You should go and get experience on how to use thugs. You should go and get experience on how to, maneuver, by the police, by the judge. But you already have that experience. Remember, you were an APC member and you told us all your move. You told us how it was you that did this and did this. What we didn't know is that it will turn around to hunt us. That's why we need to warn people. I need to warn people. Sowore is my friend, and I've said it 1,000 times. I don't say it for anybody to give me any accolades, but because of the kind of training that I've got in life, because of my spiritual background, because of my family background, because of my maternal and my paternal foundation, I understand what friendship means. I understand what loyalty means. Friendship means that somebody is your friend. That's the definition of friendship. Friendship means somebody is your friend. I don't know how else to define it. That same person that, you know how when you were in primary school, you used to walk and you put your hands on each other's shoulders. That is the simple meaning of friendship. That's your friend that when somebody used to come and grab his biscuits and run away during recess, you pursue that person and you tackle them and they fall and you collect the biscuit from the ground and you dust it and you give it back to your friend. That when you bring puff puff, that person that is not your friend will come and say, I will not give you, and you turn to your friend, you share it into two and you give to your friend. That is my definition of friendship. Friendship is that one that when your friend is crying and then your friend is crying, I say, what's happened to you? He says, is that boy, is John that beat me. He say, John beat you? Waiting. Does he know who is your friend? You gather your other friends, you go and wait for John by the corner of the school. When John calls, he say, you, Shebi, what did our friend do to you? And then he say, you, by the time you ruffle John, tomorrow when John see your friend, you go fear your friend. That is what friendship is all about. Friendship is that your friend is down, but you don't laugh at them. You go to them and you stay with them. You stay with them and you convince them that what they are going through is just a momentary setback, and you help them to get back on their feet. That is friendship. Friendship is not that when they are down, you say, they are down, you run and go and steal their house, you steal their business, you go and change the land, their land documents, and you sell their land. Those kind of people, you are actually a murderer, and you think you're not. No, you are. I'm telling you. So we will stand by our friend. What Omoyele Sowore is doing is what he should be doing. He is a hero. Leonard, what do you think we're going to call you a hero tomorrow? I mean, how do you think it works? You think you just wake up, go and organize people, get all the money in the world, get all the security? See, let me tell you something, Leonard. We are in this for the long run, for the very long. That's what a lot of people don't understand. We are in it for the long run. So all this your 5 minutes of shame, of fame, and 5 minutes of shame, 2 days of fame, shame and fame, shame and fame. All of a sudden, we don't even know which one is which. And you become immune to that. But it will come and pass. Okay? See what happened when they said Omoyele Sowore is going to be there for 45 days. A lot of you thought that, oh my God, we're going to hide and we'll stop talking. No way. We are there. They will have to lock all of us. They will keep locking all of us until they don't have enough space in the prison to lock all of us. But we will continue doing what we are doing. We will continue doing what we are doing as long as what we are doing is right. Let me tell you something. You keep wondering, hey, why do you keep doing what you're doing? Because I know that I know that I know that I know. I don't just jump into things. I am a minister of the gospel, if that means anything to you. I am a born-again Christian. I am a believer in our Lord Jesus Christ, and I do not take my salvation for granted. So before I do anything, I think about it. I pray to God about it, and I hear clearly from God. Hearing clearly from God is not that I stay and an angel descends, and the angel says, Chidi, 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 hear ye, Chidi, for today, sure. No. God speaks to you through so many things, and God confirms his word through you. And I am a family man. I am married to a very intelligent, reasonable wife who will not allow me to get myself into something that will jeopardize the security, the safety of our family. That doesn't mean she will not allow me to do something that will get me into trouble. But there is something like good trouble. Of course, there is something like good trouble. We will first of all fight for what is right. As long as she knows this is right, as long as when she knows that somebody's life is on the line, we will talk over it, and she will say, this one, I'm in support. And you will see her support not just by talking, you will see her appear there live. Watch all the things I do. She's posting videos, she's doing this, she's right there. That's how you know that your wife is supportive. So when I have looked at Sowore, I have analyzed him, I have looked at his intentions, why he's doing what he's doing, and I believe in it. That's why we are following him. You, Leonard Kwano, where do you want us to start from your own? I don't get it. So now, Leonard Nzewa will become the face of African Action Congress. Where did you start your own? Where? I mean, what should we hold our hand to? Do you even understand what branding means? Do you understand? Do you understand how that people sit together and they think about the image that they are going to adopt, and they think about the flag bearer, and they put out somebody who, when the person speaks, it's just like you now. Go to IPOB now. Go to IPOB and become the supreme leader of IPOB. Go to them. You can only do it in African Action Congress because we are. Go to IPOB and tell go and do convention and become IPOB leader, and see what will happen to you. You know, we try to be nice. Go. You know Port Harcourt. You are in Sowore. Just go to Port Harcourt. Go to Niger Delta militants. If you're looking for fame, Go and do all those kind of things. You come and hide in a new party where young people are trying to express themselves, where we are trying to do things differently. You come inside that party with those old archaic methods that we are fighting against, and you come there and you go and you kneel down and you bend down and you start to lick the vomit that was spilled by the same people that we are fighting against. How could you stoop so low to go and lick your own vomit? How could you do that? You were a member of APC. You knew all the things that you did while you were in APC. You became repented, and so you followed AAC. Why would you, after abandoning that old style of government, why would you go and adopt that style of government again? Why would you be doing the same thing? Why? Young people will say, okay, you know what? This is the time for young people. Let me tell you something. Like every other young child, go and look. Nobody abandons their child because their child is wobbling. First of all, a child is born and they learn. They continue. You see, the brave child is the one that takes risk, is the one that climbs and falls and bruises himself. He is the one that does all kinds of things that you tell them not to do. You put them in a crib, they jump out. They flog them the most. But guess what? Guess what? They are the ones that grow to become men in life. They are the ones that grow to become women, successful men and women. So we took the risk. We are still taking the risk, and we will learn. We will fall. We will get up. We will dust ourselves, and we will continue. For us, there is no going back. No way. Until we see a change, we will continue to talk. You lock one person, another person will continue to talk. Shebi Sowore is in DSS, and I'm talking. There are so many lined up that will have the same platform, will have better platform to talk. You think I don't know who gave them the impression that if you lock Omoyele Sowore that you've quenched the revolution. No, you can't now. Market women are now ordering for the revolution beret. Do you know? Everybody. Orange has become the color of our revolution. And orange we will paint the whole country orange, and we will free our people from the shackles of this man. Look at what is going on now. Look at what is going on. Anyway, I don't want to digress. But I wanted to just let you guys know that everything is intact. The Secretariat of African Action Congress is still intact. All of these shenanigans that they're doing, these are political moves. Let them keep doing it. We will keep seeing it and we'll keep learning. We've made some mistakes. We've trusted some people. We're paying the price for it. But we will bounce back like every other organization. As long as you don't give up, as long as your intentions are genuine, we will continue and we will get to the... One of these days, let me prophesy for you, because I think Nigerians like prophecy a lot. Let me prophesy to you that, but I won't say thus says the Lord. But let me tell you that one of these days, I will sit before a camera like this and I will remind you of this period. By that time I'm talking to you, Omoyele Sowore will be standing to hold influence over a large population of Nigerians, probably as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or probably the leader of a group that is maybe no longer Nigeria, but a leader of influence. I will tell you that we all will stand and we will be leaders. We will be able to impact our generation. In this life, while we are still alive, I myself, Chidi Wanyanwu, will look back and say, I fought a good fight. Even if I don't live to see that day come to pass, but you will see people write about me. But I promise you I'll be there to tell you that I said this on this particular day in August. Go and write it down. And then we will be able to talk about people like Leonard and say, do you remember when they were doing this and when they were doing that? I will tell you it will happen. I'm telling you. Now, if you believe it, say amen. If you believe it, say a higher amen. Touch your brother to the left or right. You see, they thought that we'll be brooding and we'll be crying and we'll be hiding. No way. our spirits are high, our spirit is alive, because we know what we're into, and we know that our God is behind us and he will not forsake us. He said that he will not leave us or forsake us. He said that he is a God. He said he does. Am I man that I lie? Do you not, can't you see what I'm doing? Don't you know when God talks like that, that he does not? He said nothing is impossible for him to do. He said that when we go through fire, he will be there with us. He said that when we go through the deepest seas, he will be there. He will not leave us or forsake us. And we are standing on his word to say that he will not leave us or forsake us as long as we keep our hands pure. As long as our intentions are pure, God will honor his word concerning every one of us and every one of you who believe in justice and fairness and peace for our great country, Nigeria. Thank you very much.